Hello YouTube, it's Talia here, your vegan amiga, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I have a delicious soup that I made. It is a lentil soup. It is from a website called Ella Vegan that I love and have been using for years. I refer to her recipes all the time, and I think that was probably the first website that I found when I first became vegan that I consistently made recipes from. So I love everything I've ever made from her. I will link this specific soup in the description, and I'll also mention what I didn't add to the soup that I didn't have. I didn't have certain herbs or spices, I should say, so I didn't add those, but I think it still turned out so good. I already tasted it because I took a little I was taking a little TikTok, so if you want to check that out. Again, my handle is @TaliaViardondo. No. That's my regular TikTok. I have a vegan TikTok that is your_vegan_amiga. So check that out if you'd like. But yeah, let's just get right into it because the soup is so good. I actually burned my tongue taking that TikTok because I was just too, excuse me, I'm already burping. I was too anxious to just want to get into it. So it smells amazing. There's cumin in here, which I love cumin, and I just feel like it gives such a delicious aroma, and just it reminds me of Mexican food and Indian food because it's used a lot in both of those cuisines. But yeah, let's just get right into it. I hope it cooled down some since the last time I tried to eat this, which was a few minutes ago. But yeah, actually let me give you a close-up because it just looks, it kind of looks like chili a little bit, just like the color. I don't want to spill, but if you can see that, oh my gosh, my hand. I have the weakest wrists. I swear I need to do some like wrist exercises or something because I can't hold anything without my wrist just like shaking instantly. It's nuts. All right, let's dig right in. I will tell you what's in this. I also have, of course, my handy dandy Tabasco. Oh, it smells so good. Right, here we go. Let's dig in. I'm gonna get a little bit of everything. All right, here we go. First bite. The spices got me right in the back of the throat, but they're so good. They're not overwhelming at all. It was just I ate that weird for some reason, but oh, so good. It's so comforting and homey and warm, and it was actually really gloomy today. That's why I decided to make a soup, but the sun is starting to come out, so that's okay though. There's a lot of soup left over. This recipe makes a lot of soup. I used 3 cups of lentils and then 8 cups of vegetable broth, which is quite a lot, but it made a lot of soup, so I'm very excited to be eating this all week. There's also broccoli, carrots, a little bit of celery. I used half a cup instead of a full cup like the recipe called for, just because, like I've mentioned before, I don't really like celery, but I do like it in recipes. But I just, you know, thought I'd just have to, just for funsies, and I like how it turned out. I like that there's not, I chopped it up really finely too, so I can't really even see the celery in here. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It also has it called for like canned diced tomatoes, but I didn't have canned diced tomatoes. I had just tomato sauce in a can, so I used that, and then I also diced up some fresh tomatoes and put that in here, and I feel like it did the same effect that you know, a can of tomatoes would. And then there's also onion, garlic, ginger paste. I use ginger paste. You can use fresh ginger if you want. Oh, I also used, did I use some ginger powder? I may have. I kind of just added other herbs, or spices I should say, to compensate for the spices that I didn't have. So I think it called for coriander and something else that I didn't have. So I just put more paprika, which I actually ran out of, so I ended up putting like a red chili spice, which is, it looked the exact same as paprika, so I figured it'd do the same. Let's see what else. Oh, red chili flakes. I didn't go crazy with that this time because I usually tend to just add a whole lot of red chili flakes from the start, and then it ends up being super spicy. So I figured I could always just add like Tabasco, which I need to do actually. What else? Ooh, dropped a lentil. There's also, actually let's try this bag with Tabasco first. That's good. I love that vinegar taste from the Tabasco. It's so good. I swear it goes with everything. I know I'm forgetting some stuff, but the thing that threw me off about this recipe a little bit was that at the end, when you're done cooking it, you add balsamic vinegar, which I've never added to a soup before, but it rounded out the flavors so nicely. It just really, I don't even know what it did. Oh, they're also called for tamari, but I put soy sauce instead because they're kind of the same thing. And then coconut cream. And those three you add at the end after it's done cooking. And it just, I tasted it before I added it just to like see how the flavor is going to change, and it honestly did add more complexity to it, you know? Like at first it kind of just tasted more like a lentil and tomato soup, but when I added the balsamic and the coconut cream and the soy sauce, oh my gosh, it just elevated it completely. It was, oh, so perfect. Yeah, this is really, really good. If you love lentils. I used to eat lentils all the time growing up. My mom used to make them for me so often, but she always made them the same way, like without fail. And I think to this day she still pretty much makes lentils just the same way, doesn't ever use a new recipe or try anything else. She sticks to what she knows, which is fine. I mean, I love her lentils, but I also love to experiment and try different, you know. I've made a, okay, I paused because I don't know if you can still hear Dallas, but he barked really loudly, so I had to cut that out. But I paused. I didn't take up, this is where I was at. I was gonna say, I made a lentil bolognese one time. Did I? Or did I use cauliflower? Oh my gosh, I think I actually used cauliflower, but I've seen recipes for lentil bolognese, and that sounds really good. Have I tried that? Maybe I got it from a restaurant, but I swear I've either tried it or made it. I know for sure I've made a cauliflower bolognese, which is actually so good. I don't like cauliflower, like, at all. Okay, that's a lie. No. I like cauliflower at a restaurant, but for some reason when I make, like, cook cauliflower or make anything with cauliflower, I hate it. But yeah, so I made that was the one time that I made something with cauliflower and actually really enjoyed it, and it was a bolognese, and it was so good. And it was surprisingly meaty. Like, you wouldn't really think cauliflower could be meaty. Maybe in the sense that it's very dense and thick and heavy duty, you know, it can probably, you know, what am I trying to say? it can probably hold its shape up to a lot of things that are added to it, but I would never describe it as meaty tasting, you know? But in that bolognese, it was so good. Gotta make that again soon, now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, this is so good, and I feel like it's very healthy. Totally, because there's not like a ton of oil in here. There's 1 tablespoon of oil just to get the onions going. There's no butter. There's no heavy, you know, cream type ingredients, except for obviously the coconut cream. That's coconut, you know. A lot of vegetables, a lot of protein. Yeah, this is good. Good tasting and good for you. Oh, I also put bay leaves in here, sorry. But then obviously you take those out once it's cooked. It's been a very productive day, actually. I made this soup, but then before that I made some banana nut muffins with a crumb topping, because we had some bananas that were super overripe, so I was like, either I gotta toss them or make something with them. So I made some muffins and they turned out so good. The crumb topping looks beautiful. I'll try to put a picture somewhere so you can see, because honestly I'm very proud of them. And I also got laundry done, which is nice. I finally got around to washing my hammock, because we got a hammock in 2020. I've wanted a hammock for ever, but for some reason I just would never pull the trigger, because I was like, why? There's no need, you know, whatever, not a big deal. I won't use it that much. I really thought I wasn't gonna use it that much. But then when 2020 hit, and when we weren't home for just 2 weeks, when it turned into months, I decided to just do it. So got the hammock, and it was probably the best purchase I ever made. I spent so much time in that thing. I haven't recently, just because we left it out so long and then we put it in the garage and it got really dusty, and then I know for sure there were probably spiders and a bunch of creepy crawlies on it, so I shook it off really well. I didn't want to get any, I'm not trying to kill the little buggies, but I don't want them, you know, crawling all over me either while I'm trying to relax. So I shook it out really well, and then I put it in the washer and dryer, so I can go back to using it. I'm so excited. I love that thing. Got it on Amazon for probably like $60. It was so cheap. Very good investment. I would definitely recommend if you like to spend time outdoors, in your backyard, front yard, wherever. It's not a portable one per se, because it's, I mean, I guess you could if you really wanted to, but it's not easy to take apart and put together, and it's heavy. I mean, I guess you really, if you really wanted to, you could take it to the beach or something. That'd be cool. But yeah, definitely one of my better purchases. Also in 2020, one of my friends from work, she got herself a little trampoline, like a mini trampoline for working out, and she said she loved doing those exercises, so she convinced me to get one, and I did use it for a little bit, but got real over that real quick. It's not the same as jumping on like a big trampoline, you know? You don't have room at all to jump around and do things. It's really just to work out. But, you know, at least now I have a trampoline. It's gonna be interesting to see how we move all our stuff into an apartment one day, because that I'm gonna have to get like a storage unit or sell a lot of stuff. I don't even know. We'll deal with that when we get to it. I'm not gonna worry about it now. See, it's warm. I have the window open, but it's still warm, and I'm feeling a little hot with this thing on. And I knew this lentil soup was gonna fill me up. Just so many lentils, and hearty ingredients, you know? It's so good. But definitely hearty. Actually, also, oh my gosh, forgot that the recipe actually calls for cauliflower, not broccoli. But I didn't have cauliflower, and also, even if I did, I probably would not have used it because I just do not want a soup full of cauliflower. So I went with broccoli, and it was a great substitution. It tastes amazing in here. Now I'm getting really full. Oh my gosh, excuse me. Ooh. I just remembered that I have a vegan cheesecake in the fridge from Daya. They make, I think they're most known for their vegan cheeses, which I actually don't really like their brand of vegan cheeses, and I've seen in comments on like TikTok and other, just maybe YouTube and stuff, that a lot of people are the same. Like, they don't like Daya cheese as much as other cheese. Like Chow, I feel like, is doing so much better with their cheeses. Follow Your Heart, I think I've mentioned on here before. But yeah, so it's, Daya is definitely one of the bigger vegan brands out there, but their cheese isn't that great yet. I'm sure maybe soon they'll figure that out, but they have an amazing cheesecake. I cannot lie. I was very skeptical to try it at first because, you know, me not liking their cheese so much, I thought, I probably won't like this cheesecake. But let me tell you, it is to die for. And this is gonna sound weird because you're gonna think, well, that's not a good brand of cheesecake either, you know? But to me, the best cheesecakes are the cheap cheesecakes. You know what I mean? Like back in the, when I wasn't vegan and I would get like a cheesecake from Jack in the Box. You know how they have those? Those were the best to me. Better than, like, shall I say it, Cheesecake Factory? Cheesecake Factory is bomb. Okay, don't get me wrong. They have great cheesecake, but I feel like sometimes they go too far with things. Like for me, my personal, I don't want cheesecake and Oreo and caramel and whatever. You know, I just want cheesecake. Maybe some strawberries, which I know you can get that at Cheesecake Factory, and it is really good with that like sour cream topping. It's obviously, that's the best, but for some reason I was always more inclined to get a Jack in the Box cheesecake, you know? And that's exactly what the Daya one tastes like. It tastes to me like the Jack in the Box cheesecake, and it's so good. And Sean tried it too the other day. I made him because I was like, you're gonna like it, I swear. He tried it and he actually really liked it as well, and I was shocked because he usually, I don't know, I just would not, I knew he'd like it, but I was also like, probably not. It's probably a little too funky for him. But I think that's the part that he liked about it, is that, you know how cheesecake kind of has that funky, like, tangy taste to it? This cheesecake has that, and the texture is really good. I haven't read the ingredients of what they use as, you know, the texture component. I know some recipes for cheesecake call for silken tofu. But this isn't, I've tried cheesecake that's used tofu before, and this doesn't really, I could be wrong, but it's really good. I definitely recommend it. It's a little pricey for the size. It's probably literally like this big. It's tiny. And I've seen it from anywhere between $7 to $10. So I definitely don't buy it all the time. I think this is only my second time ever having it. One time I bought it to take to my parents' house so we could all try it together. That was the first time I tried it. And then now that I have it this time, I had bought it for a girls' night in thing that we did on Friday. But I didn't even end up whipping it out there. I just took it home because we didn't open it there. So, and now I have it all to myself. I feel like I need a burp. Okay, last little bit here. I want to get all this deliciousness. Here we go. Yum, that's so good. I'm nice and full, not uncomfortably so, which is nice, but just perfect. Like I can get through the day. What am I even saying? I don't even know. It's fine. Just rambling here. Alright guys, well thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe if you like what you see here. And let me know in the comments below what your favorite type of soup is. I may have actually already asked that question in the corn chowder video that I made not too long ago, but if I didn't ask that, or if you didn't answer the question, answer it now. My favorite type of soups are anything with potatoes in them, honestly. That corn chowder is probably up there. This lentil soup is probably up there, but I think potatoes, anything with potatoes, a potato soup, yeah, that's gotta be like my top. But anyways, thank you again for watching guys. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.